Okay, so the audio for today's video is going to be a bit whack. I'm sorry for that. There is something I can do about that. I can just wait. But I'm a little bit impatient, so I'm not going to. My tablet has died, and that's what I usually use to record my audio, and I use a specific microphone for that. For some reason, it's not working with my phone, and I'm not sure why that is. It's making me a bit nervous because my tablet's dead. It's like charging and I can't really test it out right now because there's only one plug. And I'm worried it's like broken, but I also doubt that it's broken. But anyways, enough of the rant. Let's just get into this. So today's Am I the Asshole is, am I the asshole for cutting my mother-in-law off because she told my daughter she hoped I had died when I was taken to the hospital? No, I don't think so. Just based on that alone, that is insane. But this one has 2 updates after this, so stay tuned for that. I haven't even started, so anyways. I, 30 female, was in a car crash. I had to be cut out of the car. That is intense. I wasn't seriously injured though, thankfully, but the other person unfortunately wasn't doing well. From what I saw before I was taken away to the hospital, I was told to stay in hospital overnight to see if I suffered from a concussion. Ooh, I read that sentence wrong. Okay, they weren't doing well from what I saw before I was taken away to the hospital. That was one sentence. Okay. I was told to stay in hospital overnight to see if I suffered from a concussion. I rang my husband and told him what happened. My mother-in-law got the incidents mixed up when he dropped off our daughters 6 and 11 to my mother-in-law while he rushed to see me. Next morning, my husband bring our daughters to come get what? To come get? I don't... Okay. Bring our daughters, while I was waiting to be just discharged. Upon seeing me, my 6-year-old busted into tears and said, "I don't want you to die." Okay, that's, a normal reaction for a 6-year-old, hopefully, but, since we already know why the kid's saying that sucks. I comforted her and said, "I'm not dying and I was very lucky." She then said Granny said she hoped I'd die so that them and my husband can come live with her. Oh, wow. Well, okay, but it is one thing to wish death upon someone. Then it's a separate thing to wish death upon your daughter or son-in-law, or like your one of your in-laws, and then also like your kid's husband or wife, or you know what I mean, like your kid's spouse. But then also to say that to your grandchild, that is sick. To their kid, that is so sick. Like, so many layers of messed up that this granny is. She deserves a spot in the next horror game, okay? And somebody just distort her face or something so she gets no recognition, because this is wild. Me and my husband were shocked, and my 12-year-old confirmed she heard her say that. My husband said he was going to ring mother-in-law. When he came back in the room, he looked furious, but didn't say anything until after we got home, and he said mother-in-law denied it, but after he kept pushing, she ended up admitting it. But she said she didn't mean it. I have a hard time that you didn't, believing that you didn't mean that. There's so many things that people say that they don't mean sometimes. There's many things. But when it's so severe like that, and you don't mean it, you would keep that thought to yourself. You would 100% keep that thought to yourself. And the fact that you said it to the youngest of the children because you thought it wasn't going to be repeated, yep. Also stupid. Also very dumb. Why would you say it to the youngest and think it wasn't going to get repeated? I feel like the 12-year-old would be more likely not to say anything, because the 12-year-old is like, well, that might upset someone. They have a little more self-awareness at that point. But a 6-year-old, really? The 6-year-old hasn't... There's no social conditioning there. That was a dumb move. This granny is terrible and also dumb. But let's continue. I thought me and her were close, but I guess not. Oh, that's even wilder, to like think that your relationship with someone is good and then to hear that they wish death upon you to your child. That's actually sickening a little bit. That's like, whoa, you can never really expect you must expect the unexpected. But this is like horrendously unexpected in the worst way. Anyways, I am incredibly hurt she would want that, and said I wanted me and the girls to go not contact with mother-in-law. I told him he can have a relationship with her, but I don't want me and the girls to have one with her. My husband said he supports me. He then rang mother-in-law and told her what I said. She didn't take it well. Of course she wouldn't. She came to our house crying and said it was a misunderstanding and she didn't mean it and that we were taking it all the wrong way. How do you take that the right way? How do you take that the right way? I really would love to know. Like, if someone says that they wanted me dead and that they wished that I had died in an accident that happened, whatever. If let me like knock on some wood, okay? If someone said that and then I was just like, oh wow, that's so quirky, let's move on. No, I would never do that. I don't think anyone would ever do that. Anyone who would do that is a bit sinister, to be honest with you, and a bit scary. I would be terrified. This is the correct response, and honestly, maybe not even severe enough. Why would your husband still want a relationship with his mother after this? And I know it's his mother, but like also, terrible people are terrible people, and if they're your mother, then that should scare you more. I don't know, but okay. Anyways, my husband asked, "What did you mean then?" She just got hysterical and started crying and saying she always wanted daughters, but my husband was the only child due to her not being able to have any more after him, and that the girls are more like her daughters than granddaughters, and she wasn't thinking properly when she said that to our 6-year-old. Okay, but how do you think so improperly that you tell a 6-year-old that you wish their mother was dead? What thoughts go through your head for that? Like, anyways, she got so worked up that my husband had to take her home. Should have stayed home. She should have stayed home. When he got back, he said he didn't know she felt like that and asked did I still want to cut her off. Yes. Why would that change anything? She is literally crying crocodile tears right now. She didn't expect for it to like get this out of hand. She mentioned it to the youngest of the children because she thought she could I don't know what even her goal was, but it seems like she didn't think that the child was going to say anything. And then when the kid finally did, she panicked and she was like, well, let me try and salvage this. The crocodile tears do not salvage anything. In fact, when I hear crocodile, when I experience someone crying and you can tell it's crocodile tears, or I can, it makes me hate them more. It makes me even more standoffish because it's like, if you're gonna try and manipulate me over this, what else would you try and manipulate me over? Like, this is so wild. I hate people like this, genuinely. I said yes. He said okay and didn't argue. But it's been a week now and he is still very quiet and hasn't said much about what happened, and now I'm starting to feel guilty and wondering if I did take it wrong. And am I being the asshole? No, you're not. And your husband is also being weird? And that's just as bad, or bad enough that it's like not good. Okay? All right, let's read some comments and then we're going to go on to the update. So, comment number 1. He's quiet because he just found out his mother is a POS and maybe didn't even want him. Oh, that's a perspective I didn't think about. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. I can see that. Responding to that, someone said, not to mention, he's probably replaying all the times she pulled things like this to him, and he didn't realize her actual intent until now. There is a lot for him to process with this bag of nuts. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. But no, yeah, I see that, because he has been supportive, and it's just what really made me think that he was on her side was the fact that he was like, do you still want to cut her off? But then, it kind of like quells that when he's like supportive after she says yes. So, you know what? I see this. I do. All right, another original comment. Not the Ushel. Why would you feel guilty? She wished you dead out loud to your child so she could have a child with a... and then female body part. That's what they say. That's weird. That's strange. It's an odd thing to... Anyways, that's so beyond messed up. Hopefully your husband realizes how absolutely messed that is and cuts her off too. From what I have read from these earlier comments, maybe he will, because he's like thinking about it. I mean, he's thinking about something. Maybe it's that. Okay, another one. You do realize that she's basically told your husband that she didn't want a boy. He's probably dealing with his own issues at this point, at the moment, and that's why he's been quiet. I didn't even think about that. Like, not me being absolutely like unobservant, because that's a big part of this story, and I didn't even think about that. But okay, yeah, that sucks. This lady is just the worst all around. In one fell swoop, this lady has wronged everyone in this family. She's wronged the mother because, the writer of this story, because she says that she wants her dead, right? She's wronged the kids because she wishes their parent dead. And then she's wronged the husband because she says, and her son, by the way, because she says that she didn't want a son, she wanted a daughter. And she wants his spouse dead. So this family has no reason ever to forgive this lady. I feel like, I don't know. This is very weird. All right, one last original, and then we're gonna go to the update. Maybe he is being quiet because he just found out he wasn't enough for his mother. I mean, she is kind of rejecting his existence as well. Yeah. Responding to that, someone said, I think he's been quiet because he realized his mother isn't at all who he thought she was. Yeah. All right, let's go to the update. So, update, I'm on the hospital for cutting my mother-in-law off because she told my daughter she hoped I had died when I was taken to the hospital. Okay, well, you guys were right. I decided to talk to my husband and asked if he was upset that I decided that me and the girls go no contact with mother-in-law. He said he wasn't. He said he always knew mother-in-law wanted a daughter instead of him, and it brought back all the bad memories of rejection and hurt he felt growing up as a kid by her. This is really, really sucky, actually. And also, it adds another layer to her idiocy, because it's like, okay, you've always wanted a daughter, whatever. You've been a jerk to your son, like, probably his entire life, if this is how he feels. Sure. But your son got married. You didn't see an opportunity for you to have a daughter when he got married, and you got a daughter-in-law? Question mark? Like, does that not make sense? So you had to, what is the deal there? You just want someone who's related to you by blood to be your daughter? Like, that makes another thing, like, that's weird. I think that's strange. It's odd. And oddly enough, I've seen something similar like this, like a case like this, and it's, the logic of people like this it just never ceases to amaze me how horrible it is. But alright, let's continue. I suggested therapy, and he's willing to go. We are also going to get therapy for our 6-year-old, as she now gets anxious if I'm not within her sight. Yeah, that is so not cool. Like, this lady had no right to just traumatize this 6-year-old for no reason. That is so sick. My husband agreed that going no contact with mother-in-law is the best thing for our family. Our daughter's birthday is coming up, and we have yet to tell mother-in-law she is no longer invited. Not looking forward to that, but that's the update. Thanks everyone for the lovely comments and support. I appreciate it. All right, let's read some more comments. All right, so comment number 1, original comment number 1. Suggestion? Maybe take your daughter out of town for her birthday to a nearby attraction or zoo. Play something on something special on her birthday instead of a party, or a party on a later date with her friends instead of family. I'm sorry, I'm like having a hard time here. If you're not there, mother-in-law can throw all the witch fits she wants, and nobody will be there to see her, and there's no party for her to ruin. That's true. I'm just so sorry. The way that I read that sounded like I didn't like the idea. It's just I was having a hard time. Like, there's sometimes I can read so well, and sometimes I just cannot. Anyways, and then someone under that said, that is a great idea. Then another comment, original. Nothing actual. I cut off my mother and brother after they said I should have died in the car accident. So this is a normal thing for people to do. Not normal. This is a thing that happens. Like, it's Jesus. Like, why are these people are insane. If someone wishes you dead, do them the favor and get out of their life. Yeah. Yes. Because if they wish it enough, they'll probably kill you themselves at some point. I don't know. That's just my belief. If someone tells me something, I'm going to believe them. No matter how small it is, I'm just going to say, okay, better to be safe than sorry. And a lot of the times it is. So another original, she wanted you dead, so treat her as if you are. Not the actual. Someone responding to that said, that's how the conversation should go. You wish that I was dead? Well, you get your wish and consider us all dead. A little more than your wish, I guess. All right, let's read one more. There's some really long ones in here. That's crazy. Anyway, so new original comment. Oh, good for you. Glad your husband is on the same page. Sorry your family had to go through all that, but good job for going no contact with this psycho mother-in-law. Yep. And then I think, oh, that's another one. All right, let's go into the last update that has surfaced. So, update number 3. Emily Arshall for cutting off my mother-in-law because she told my daughter she hoped I had died when I was taken to the hospital. Crazy. I didn't think I would be posting here again and thought my last update would be my last. But here we are. Mother-in-law has been arrested. Whoa. Okay. My husband that's so crazy. My husband's cousin found my post and knew it was me, and she reported it straight to mother-in-law. Yeah, we know it was you who told her, Christina. Margaret told us all about it when she came over screaming we can't keep her daughters from her. She didn't even hesitate to drop your name and throw you under the bus. So much for loyalty, huh? You are not welcome in home anymore, and you are officially removed from Sam's birthday party list and our lives. How about you show the whole family this post so they can see how two-faced you are? Jesus. To the Reddit community, sorry about that, but mother-in-law has been arrested. She came to our house screaming we can't keep her daughters from her. Husband tried to calm her down and get her to leave. She wouldn't and attacked him. My husband had to restrain her and I called the police. She fought them, but it got her nowhere except the back of their car. The woman is truly insane. My husband talked to the police because I had to calm down my daughters because they witnessed the whole thing. Oh, Jesus. She has traumatized not only the 6-year-old, but probably the 12-year-old as well. Maybe not as badly, but like, wow. Yeah, she deserves jail time. She's traumatizing this entire family. And she traumatized her son by hating him. I mean, like, maybe not hating him, but like wishing he was a girl. Like, that's so wild. Okay. My 6-year-old was hysterical about Granny being taken away. This is all just a big mess. Jesus. It's a mess. Yes, first comment. My daughters? What the actual heck? Woman needs to be committed. Also, you suck, Christina. Someone responding to that says, yeah, that needs to be unpacked. That is some severe delusion. Very much so. Someone responding to that said, Christina, I am deeply disappointed in you. You should be ashamed. Yes. Like, even if you didn't know this lady was crazy, like, stay out of people's business when they've cut people off. You have no idea why they would cut someone off. And usually when it's family, it's probably something very bad. So don't be going to the supposed abuser and then telling them the business of the victims. Like, that is such a you suck. You probably deserve jail too. Anyways, let's go to another original comment. Make sure you press charges and file a restraining order. If she is actually mentally ill, that's for her lawyer to handle to plea her into hell. Huh. I didn't think I read that right, but those are the words. It doesn't sound right to me. If it sounds right to you, let me know. I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me. The restraining order is needed. Responding to that, someone said, yes, part of her case / sentencing will take all aspects of her health into consideration. Good. Hopefully she does get the help she needs, because that sounds like she needs it. Another original comment says, please talk to your children's schools. She will try there if she gets desperate, and also restraining order now. Not the actual Christina, your mother-in-law, you and your, what? Christina and your mother-in-law are though. Okay, yeah, yes, that's another thing. Definitely talk to the schools. Talk to anywhere the kids are admitted, daycare, whatever. Because if she does get released, or when she gets released, because this jail is not prison, she could really do some damage by going around you. Another original comment, absolutely. My brothers were kidnapped from their school by their grandmother. Jeez, that is so terrifying. Oh, so that wasn't original. That was responding to the one I just read. That is scary. Very scary. But yeah, talk to the schools. Original. Christina, comment and tell us what it's like being such a colossal F-head that planes need to be redirected to avoid your fat head. Reddit always likes insight into the life of a POS. That is so funny. Like, half of these comments are just people like crapping all over Christina, and it's very funny. It's necessary, I think. All right, another original comment. I'm so sorry you and your family are going through this, especially your daughters. It must be so confusing for them. I might consider a restraining order because I feel like she will just keep coming back. Yeah. Another original. My daughters, and there's the real truth. She already deluded herself into thinking her granddaughters are the substitutes for the daughters she never had. Get a restraining order for them yesterday. Yeah. This is such a wild case. With that, I'm gonna end the video. Thank you for watching. I don't think I have anything else to say, so you will catch me later. Bye!